Oh man, so Grayscale Investments have just launched their 18th fund focused on non-Ethereum smart contract platforms. This is a huge move for the space, and controversially, they've not included FANTOM. So we're going to break down what tokens are included in this new fund, what it means for the space, and what I think of this as a whole. So make sure you hit up the like button, make sure you subscribe. Don't forget, these videos are brought to you by myself. More about my member call streams later on, which you can join. Links in description to Discord to find out more about that. Right, without further ado, let's head on over to see the breakdown of this Grayscale fund. So I tweeted out this as a thread about an hour or so ago. Grayscale have launched their new smart contract platform excluding Ethereum. It will be called GSPC. So you can see Grayscale Smart, I think that's CP, X Ethereum. Okay, so the holdings are split as Cardano as the leading runner, 24.6%. So this explains some of the pumps we were seeing yesterday, as people are already starting to see the staking pools were getting spun up for the Coinbase listing, which I also tweeted about, because now on ADA you can stake on Coinbase. But also there were rumors about this Grayscale trust picking up Cardano in the fund. So that explains why we saw a big move yesterday. Cardano was about 11% up on the day, 24.6% allocation. Then Solana in at 24.3%. So combined, we're almost close to 50% between ADA and Solana. You've then got a decent proportion in Avalanche at 17%, a good amount in DOT to cover off their power change, which sounds clever. You've then got a 9.7%, call it 10% allocation for Matic. So they're playing on a layer 2 solution on the Ethereum network. That's good. Then they've got 4.3% of Algorand, a smaller cap, makes more sense, more focused around CBDCs, and they have offset carbon emissions, and it's a multi-layered chain with pure proof of stake. So it's good that they've got that covered. And then they've got XLM at 4.1%. Now again, all of these tokens, apart from XLM, which I don't talk about too much, I recommend you guys hold. It's in my portfolio. If you've not watched my portfolio video, go watch that, because I have been saying for a long time that the layer 1 space is going to be the battleground going forward, guys. I said that in this tweet here. Okay, still super confident that layer 1s and smart contract platforms will continue to be the key battleground and value driver in 2022. I stand by that. That's where the value is created. We don't have mass adoption yet. Ethereum on its own is not fit for purpose. So between ETH 2.0 and a few solid layer 1 platforms and some good layer 2 platforms and some good parachain platforms like Polkadot, we will be able to meet the demands of the ecosystem as it continues to grow. More people want to use DeFi, more people want to use gaming, more people want to use smart contracts in general, and we need good platforms which can tackle all of these. Now, all of these are going to be niched out, right? Eventually, you'll have certain platforms which are known to be better at certain things. Like, for example, FANTOM, which is not included on this, is good at DeFi, right? Algorand is known a bit more for CBD, having green emissions, right? Polkadot are known for their parachains. You've got Solana, which is, doing really well in terms of their NFTs. Right? So that's how we're starting to see some niche activity from these. Now, why would they not include FANTOM? This is a question on my mind, and it's a difficult one. It depends on what metrics they've used. Clearly, they've put 50% straight away in the big caps, right? Makes sense for a fund to anchor its fund on big caps. That makes complete sense, 50%. Then they've gone Avalanche. At the point they've gone Avalanche, I'm thinking, why can't we go FANTOM? And particularly when they've got Algorand and XLM, which are kind of 5-6 billion market cap. I mean, FANTOM's sitting at 3.3 right now. If we check Algorand, we can see that Algorand's sitting at 5.4 billion market cap. If we check Avalanche, that load up. Check Avalanche, you're at 22 billion. So yeah, they're erring towards the larger market cap plays. That's why they've gone heavy on Avalanche and Polkadot. I don't think they're looking at metrics like wallets or TVL or things like that. Otherwise, FANTOM would be up for a shout. So it's probably something that they would consider FANTOM heading down into the future as they build out this fund for us. But as a starting fund, I think that's a very nice, well-diversified fund. If I could get access to that on the public markets, I'd probably be putting a little bit into that as well, because that is pretty much how I set up my layer 1 portfolio, and those are all things I hold. I don't hold any XLM, but all of these are ones I hold, right? And I allocate them in my portfolio. I dollar cost average in, because I know that is the battleground in the future. Now, one thing to note, this is not available for the average investor. So the average investor cannot go and pick this up just yet. It's currently only offered in private placement to accredited investors. Now, no doubt eventually they'll get themselves set up with a public quotation like you can do with their other funds. You guys can go and purchase some if you wanted a diversified allocation. And the CEO of Grayscale even says that investor demand for diversified exposure has grown in parallel to the ongoing evolution of the crypto ecosystem. And by the way, guys, this for me is the right way to invest. Not financial advice, but if you believe in a space like I do, and I believe in the layer one space, right? I believe that there's such an obvious bet for me to place to say layer one solutions are going to continue to be strong. They're going to continue to battle it out and help us get to mass adoption. It's not a complicated thesis to grasp. And then the bet is, okay, which ones are the best ones in that space? And they've kind of summarized that as so, and then just invest in them. And that's what I've been doing for many, many years successfully. Right? I identify which are the best ones: Cardano, Solana, Avalanche, some Phantom, some Polkadot, some Matic, and you just dollar cost average and hold them. And that is far better than trying to find the next coin, which is going to 1000x. Oh, my friend told me about this coin, or I saw it on some YouTube channel. I'm going to try trade in and trade out of it. That's a long way to go about it, and it's painful, and it's difficult to manage your psychology when doing that. Instead, when you're holding solid projects like these, you can sit there and go, okay, it's fine. I'm going to keep adding some more, keep adding some more, keep adding some more, because these are the ones that combined between them are going to change the world and change this landscape as a whole. Now, also interesting is this. Smart contract technology is critical to the growth of the digital economy, but it's still too early to know which platform will win, right? From attracting and retaining the most vibrant developer communities to ensuring the platform is high speed, flexible, and scalable, he said in a statement. The beauty of the fund is that investors do not have to choose one winner and instead can access the development of the smart contract platform ecosystem through a singular investment. And that's exactly what I'm doing. Anybody who tells you that they know which one's going to win, like, just stay away from that guy. Like, these are all amazing projects, and you can throw FANTOM in the mix, and there's a few others you can throw in the mix as well. But the reality is, you can't say which one's going to be the winner, right? It wasn't obvious which one's going to be the winner. When Amazon was small, it wasn't obvious they were going to be the winner. It becomes obvious as and when they go and prove that use case out. So if one or two of these become the de facto lead in the layer one space, it's going to feel like it was obvious, and you're going to see these stats. Oh, if you invested £1 in Algorand back in 2020, back in 2020, by 2030 you would have made this much. Yeah, but the reality is, at the time where we're living right now, it could be any of these. That is why you build diversified portfolios, to take advantage of that. Because it's not clear who the winner is. They're all fighting for the same talent. They all want the same DApp developers. They're all raising lots of money from VC funds to attract those DApp developers, right? So it's a battleground. It's a battleground which will figure itself out over the next few years, but I still want to be part of it. I still want to be part of it without any inside knowledge of which one's going to be the winner. You just want to have positions in all of those. And I'd throw Luna into the mix as well. Obviously, that's a bit more focused on stable coins, but still, I put that in the portfolio as well. So let's take a look at some of these coins. And this is why, Grayscale is so clever in what they're doing. If you take Algorand, massively off highs, right? If they're building their fund now with Algorand sitting at 85 cents, and maybe they bought even earlier before their announcement, they probably topped some up, they would have picked it up as low as, in the 67 cents, 70 cents, that kind of range here on Algorand. If you're looking at Cardano, again, well off its highs. I would not be surprised if they weren't nibbling when I was nibbling around 79, 80 cents on Algorand. Again, Solana, well off their highs. Solana, they weren't FOMOing in at 259, were they? The fund is very clever, and no doubt they would have been nibbling a little bit just to beef up the positions here at 80. These are good entry points to get into all of these layer one solutions. So it's a great time for them to launch their fund. It's very clever in what they're doing. Same with Avalanche. You can see exactly where you're falling off from the tops at 146. Now you're sitting at 86 cents, and you were at one point as low as 66 here on Avalanche. So, a very smart move to launch this fund. Definitely a nice way for people to diversify. That's the reason I wanted to make this video is that's the way we need to focus about building our portfolios. When we're building our portfolio, it's not about knowing which one or two coins is going to go to the moon. It's about investing in the theses we believe in, the narratives which we believe are going to take over the world in the future, finding the best plays and allocating whatever funds you have available into those plays. That's the aim of the game, right? Building conviction and investing accordingly. So if you appreciate this perspective and you want to see more perspectives like this, then what you can do, you can head over to the pinned comment in the link below and join our course member live streams. Yes, our course member live streams just launched. You can join our course member live streams. You'll get private access to ask me questions, to critique your portfolio, to ask me any questions on particular coins, do some TA with you guys. macroeconomic discussions, and much, much more. Really, I can't help you with your personal life. That one you're in with, guys. But apart from that, anything crypto related and investment related, feel free to join the crypto member live streams. Links in the description to the Discord. Tag me, and you'll find out. You'll get the instructions on how to get yourself set up and our live streams immediately. Right, what I'm going to do in this video, I'm going to link up the video to my altcoin portfolio video. In that video, I explain exactly how I think about my portfolio and how I build out all the different narratives in my portfolio. If you haven't done that yet, if you're still one of those investors, as many of you guys who are still investing in the odd coin here and the odd coin there because your friend told you about it, haven't become a little bit more sophisticated in terms of thinking about it as a portfolio and managing your finances, even if it's a small amount, even if it's 5 grand, 10 grand, 20 grand, you need to be thinking of it as a portfolio and doing things the right way. Because if you don't build the right habits from now, they're going to stay with you with bigger amounts in the future. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll see you in